Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good morning, I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson with an update from Denver 7.
A new report from the American Lung Association on the state of the air does not have good news for Denver. That might not surprise those of us who have seen the smog settle over downtown.
Denver 7's Nicole Brady shows us where we rank compared to the rest of the country.
We were number 14, now we are number 12. The American Lung Association says Denver is the 12th worst in the country when it comes to ozone pollution. Specifically, in the past year, Denver has had more days of high ozone. And you've seen it, it's the brown cloud you see hanging over Denver. That's ozone, also known as smog. It's especially dangerous to breathe for people with asthma or other lung diseases and older adults as well. Denver's not alone. The Lung Association says this year's report showed ozone levels increased in most cities nationwide, in part because of higher overall temperatures, and there are other factors as well.
Part of it could be our population increase, so we're seeing a lot more vehicles on the road, and that all contributes to ozone production.
Vehicle traffic has actually surpassed energy production as the leading contributor to ozone, so you can help cut down on the problem by driving an electric vehicle or carpooling, ride sharing, just driving fewer solo trips. Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
And some parts of Colorado are more vulnerable to climate change than others. You can see on this map behind me, people living in the northwest and southeast corners of the state are most at risk. The Colorado Health Institute, a nonpartisan research group, says that's due in part to extreme heat and drought in those regions.
The State Board of Education now has 2 weeks to approve or reject the Adams 14 School District's newest management choice. The school board unanimously voted in favor of selecting MGT Consulting and the University of Virginia to help turn its schools around. But the uncertainty surrounding the district has some parents considering moving their kids to another school.
At this point, I'm really ready to pull her out and just put her somewhere else. Because why continue something when we don't know the future?
The state rejected the district's first choice, Mapleton Public Schools, because it also has student achievement problems. Adams 14 is hopeful MGT Consulting will satisfy the state. MGT earned praise for its work turning schools around in Florida.
The motto of the Boy Scouts is be prepared, but nothing could have prepared a local troop from the theft of their supplies for a monthly camping trip. Now they're contacting Contact 7 for help. Troop 113's trailer has not been seen since their meeting last Monday, April 15th. The trailer is a Bighorn brand with a Diamond Troop 113 logo on both sides. It has 2 dents in the back. If you see it, call the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office.
In our growing Colorado, there is a careful balancing act between the future development and those that have been there for years. So today, the historic 5 Points neighborhood in Denver is trying to respect both. Denver 7's Micah Smith shows us how a new development is paying tribute to the area's vibrant past.
New development is a 9-story mixed-use building that the developer is calling the Hooper. The name is a nod to Benny Hooper, a prominent 5 Points businessman that helped make the neighborhood a jazz hotspot. The new development will include a 6,500 square foot space for a business called Busboys and Poets, a bookstore / restaurant / event space on the first floor. There will be office space above the bookstore, and on the upper levels, about 100 apartments, including micro units, are in the works. Haroon Cowens, the managing director for the 5 Points Development Corporation, told us he's excited about what this means for the historic neighborhood.
It will bring business. It will bring, of course, like I said, employment opportunities. It will bring, as well as new living to a neighborhood that is expanded in an intentional and right way.
The new development is expected to open in 2021. Now we want to hear from you, our Denver 7 viewers. What do you think about this new development in 5 Points and all of the new developments popping up across the Denver metro? You can email us your comments at ourco@thedenverchannel.com. Reporting in 5 Points, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Colorado's growth is creating a lot of opportunities for businesses, including those pushing the bounds of our planet. In fact, our state has become so popular with the space industry that we've earned the nickname Aerospace Alley. The latest aerospace company coming to Colorado is PD Aerospace out of Japan. The company just signed a letter committing to expanding at the Colorado Air and Spaceport in Adams County. Right now, it is working on space tourism technology, including a plane they hope will be capable of taking people and cargo into the upper levels of the atmosphere. But don't expect to be able to catch a flight anytime soon. The plane's launch day is still at least 4 years away.
Just because we can't travel to the stars doesn't mean Colorado isn't a great place to see them.
Dinosaur National Monument on the Colorado-Utah border was just named one of the world's best places for stargazing.
So the monument is now designated as an international dark sky park because of its quality natural darkness. There are more than 100 dark sky parks in the world, including 5 here in Colorado.
And each year the park hosts dozens of nighttime viewing events, but if you go, use your indoor voice. Scientists named it one of the quietest places in the country back in 2015.
Lisa Hidalgo has a look at your forecast today.
And if you look up at Loveland, this morning we started off with a lot of sunshine. It didn't take long. Now we already have clouds developing. And here in the next few days, we're going to see a few storms and showers develop in the mountains, and then we could see a few of those roll east over the plains. Risk of severe weather, though, is going to be low. Pretty shot from City Park. Again, a look at some of the clouds that have developed this morning. We'll be under a mostly sunny sky, though, this afternoon. It's a bright drive for the early morning drive, and very few isolated storms expected today. We're going to see a better chance for a few storms here in town on Friday. Look at our highs, though. Yesterday, we saw highs in the 60s. Today, we're going to be in the low to even mid-70s. Congress Park, 72. Aurora, close to 70. And some low 70s near Littleton and Highlands Ranch. So it's a nice and one of the warmest afternoons that we have on this 7-day. Tomorrow, upper 60s. Slight chance for a few late showers. And then on Friday, again, a few afternoon storms. It's a warm one, though. We're going to end the week at about 75 degrees on Friday. And then looking ahead to the weekend looks pretty good, 60s and 70s. Next week, you guys, Tuesday into Wednesday, a stronger storm. It's going to get a lot cooler. We could see some of those rain showers turn over to snow. So stick with Denver 7. We'll keep a close eye on this one.
All right, thanks, Lisa. With temperatures now warming, we're also getting into the pattern of weather here in Colorado where we'll see more rain. And that has created concern in southern Colorado where the spring fire burned last year. Town leaders in Levita and Walsenburg worry they'll lose homes this summer near the burn scar. Some people living on high ground have signed up to be flood buddies, meaning they'll open their homes to neighbors dealing with flooding. And of course, the threat of floods spans the entire Front Range. Denver 7's Nicole Brady has a consumer alert. Now is the time to buy flood insurance.
Here's the first thing you need to know about flood insurance. You can't wait till the storm is coming. Flood insurance has a 30-day waiting period before it takes effect. So if you want to protect your home, now is the time to buy.
If you don't have flood insurance, you're going to be responsible for all the costs of any damage caused by the flooding to your home, and that's going to be considerable.
FEMA says an inch of water can cause $25,000 in damage to a home, and flood damage won't be covered by your homeowner's or renter's policy. So how do you know if your home is at risk? Well, flooding can happen anywhere, but there are certain areas in Colorado that are more prone.
We really are concerned about the areas that have suffered wildfires in recent years. Those are places where they've lost the vegetation that's going to hold moisture and hold back mud.
You can look for your neighborhood on FEMA's flood insurance rate maps at FEMA.gov and contact your agent to add flood insurance to your policy. With a Contact 7 consumer alert, I'm Nicole Brady.
We now know who the Avalanche will face in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
They are the San Jose Sharks, who beat the Vegas Golden Knights in overtime of Game 7 to advance to the next round.
So here's a look at the second round schedule. Games 1 and 2 are in San Jose Friday and Sunday. Then the series shifts to the Pepsi Center for Games 3 and 4 next Tuesday and Thursday.
Meanwhile, the Denver Nuggets have a chance to wrap up their first round series with the Spurs with a victory in Game 6 tomorrow night in San Antonio.
So the Nuggets took the lead early in the first quarter of last night's Game 5 and never looked back, cruising to a 108-90 victory at the Pepsi Center.
So if the Nuggets win either Game 6 or 7, it would be the team's first playoff series win in a decade and the first time since 1995 both the Avs and Nuggets advanced to the second round in the same season.
So we have a quick programming note. Denver 7 is your broadcast home for all 7 rounds of the NFL draft. We'll bring you ABC's live coverage of the first round draft tomorrow at 6 p.m., the second and third rounds Thursday at 5 p.m., and the fourth through 7th round Saturday at 10 a.m. And if you've cut the cord, you can also see the draft live on the ABC app for your connected devices.
And then after each day's draft rounds comes to an end, stick with Denver 7 for our draft special. Troy Rank and Lionel Bienvenu will be live from Dove Valley to analyze the Broncos picks, and Jason Grinauer will have coverage from Draft Central in Nashville.
This has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thanks for joining us.
Be sure to check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. Have a great day.